Have you ever been judged so quickly that no one even gave you a chance to explain? Have you ever held on to something everyone else called worthless, but your heart whispered, "There's more to this"? Because sometimes, the world doesn't see value the way kindness does, and sometimes, the biggest miracles begin with someone being underestimated. Before we begin, take a moment to support the channel. If stories like this move you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Welcome to Echoes of Stories, where every story carries a heartbeat. The auction hall was filled with polished shoes, tailored suits, and quiet arrogance. Wealth hung in the air like expensive perfume. Rows of collectors and billionaires sat waiting, their eyes scanning for the next prized possession. And then, he walked in. A single dad, wearing a worn-out jacket, holding a small flashlight in one hand and his daughter's tiny fingers in the other. The little girl clutched a stuffed toy, her wide eyes taking in the glittering room. People noticed. Not kindly. Whispers spread across the hall. What is he doing here? Looks like he got lost. This isn't a charity event. But the man ignored them. He wasn't there for approval. He was there for hope. In the center of the room stood the car. Dusty. Scratched. Forgotten. A once beautiful vintage machine, now covered in neglect. Its paint had faded, its tires worn, its story buried under years of silence. Most people had already dismissed it. Even the cleaning crew had refused to handle it earlier that morning. Not worth the effort, they had said. The single dad stepped closer, kneeling beside the car. He ran his hand gently across its surface, like he was greeting an old friend. Then he switched on his flashlight and carefully examined the wheels, the body, every small detail. His daughter watched quietly. "Daddy," she whispered, "why do you like this car?" He smiled softly. "Because sometimes, people give up on things too soon." Across the room, a billionaire stood watching. A powerful woman, known for her sharp instincts and even sharper words. She crossed her arms, amused by the scene. Finally, she walked over. "You really think that piece of junk is worth anything?" she asked, her voice cutting through the silence. The room went still. The man stood up slowly. He didn't look offended. He didn't look angry. He just looked calm. "I think it deserves a second look," he replied. She laughed. Not kindly. "I've built my fortune knowing value," she said. "And I'm telling you, this car is worthless." Some people chuckled. Others nodded. The little girl tightened her grip on her father's hand. But the man didn't argue. Instead, he gently placed his hand on the car again and said something that no one expected. "Maybe," he said softly. "But sometimes, value isn't about what you see, it's about what you're willing to believe." The auction continued. The car barely received any attention. No serious bids. No excitement. Eventually, it was passed over. Forgotten again. But not by him. Over the next 7 days, something incredible happened. The single dad didn't just see a car, he saw a story waiting to be uncovered. He spent hours researching its history. Nights reading old records. Days reaching out to experts. He even skipped meals just to save money for small restoration work. His daughter stayed by his side the whole time. Handing him tools. Holding the flashlight. Encouraging him with quiet smiles. "Daddy," she said one evening, "I think the car is happy now." He laughed gently. "Me too." And then, he found it. A hidden truth. The car wasn't just any old vehicle. It had once belonged to a legendary racer. A car thought to be lost forever. A piece of history that collectors around the world had been searching for. But no one recognized it, because no one looked closely enough. Except him. He didn't keep it a secret. Instead, he shared the discovery openly. He contacted the auction house again. This time, things were different. Word spread fast. The worthless car was now the center of attention. Experts confirmed its authenticity. Collectors flew in from across the country. And the same room that once laughed was now filled with anticipation. The billionaire woman returned too. Curious. Quiet. Watching. The auction began. Bids started low, then climbed quickly. 1 million. 2 million. 4 million. The room buzzed with energy. The single dad stood at the back, holding his daughter's hand again. But this time, there were no whispers. No laughter. Only respect. 7 million. 7.5. 8 million. Sold. The gavel hit. And just like that, everything changed. The crowd erupted. Cameras flashed. People rushed to congratulate him. But he didn't look overwhelmed. He didn't look proud. He just looked grateful. The billionaire woman approached him slowly. For the first time, she didn't speak with confidence. She spoke with humility. "I was wrong," she said quietly. The man shook his head. "No," he replied. "You just saw what everyone else saw." She glanced at the car. "And you?" she asked. He smiled. "I just gave it a chance." She looked down at the little girl. "And you?" she asked her. The girl hugged her stuffed toy and said softly, "I believed my daddy." For a moment, the billionaire said nothing. Then she smiled. A real smile. Not the kind built on power, but the kind built on understanding. "What are you going to do with the money?" she asked. The man looked at his daughter. Then back at her. "First, I'm going to make sure she has everything she needs," he said. "And after that?" He paused. "Maybe I'll help fix things other people gave up on." The billionaire nodded. "Let me know if you do," she said. "I'd like to be part of that." Because something had changed that day. Not just a life, but a perspective. You see, kindness isn't always loud. Sometimes, it's quiet belief. Sometimes, it's giving something, or someone, a second chance. And sometimes, it's standing firm, even when the world laughs at you. That single dad didn't just restore a car. He restored hope. He reminded everyone in that room, that value isn't decided by the crowd. It's revealed by those who care enough to look deeper. So the next time you see something broken, or someone overlooked, pause. Look again. Because what seems worthless to the world, might just be priceless in the hands of kindness. And who knows? Your small act of belief might be the reason someone else rises. And that is how kindness changes everything.